How's it going, everybody? We got a fun video today, lots of stuff to talk about. Before we get into the new stuff, though, I do want to bring your attention back to some of the old promo codes to make sure you don't miss it, because they are showing the expiry dates now. So we got SS Danger Room that expires on the 27th, so make sure you go and collect that one. And we also have Intel Incoming. That one came out yesterday. This one expires on the 29th, so make sure you go grab that as well. All right, we got some new stuff to talk about. We got the silhouettes for the Accursed team, and we actually have something in game as well. So I'm going to quickly jump over to the in-game stuff because I think it's very interesting about some of these bonus milestones that popped up in the Danger Room. So this happened today, Scotty, and I am joined by Scotty. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Scotty's here with us. We got Baron Mordo and Juggernaut alternating. We started with the Red Stars, and now we're getting all the way up to Diamonds. What do you think is going on with these two characters?
Well, someone sneakily came into your stream today named Pathfinder and said, "Hey guys, how about those bonus milestones? Kind of weird, huh?" And then he said, "Oh, gotta go."
Yeah. And everybody was like, why would they put these characters here? It doesn't make sense. They're so silly. They're not doing intelligent stuff. And the fact that it's alternating, I mean, this kind of speaks volumes, right? This is I
Yeah.
love this. And okay, so let's break the story, okay? It looks like Baron Mordo and Juggernaut are gonna be the two reworked characters for the upcoming team. This heavily implies that, right? And they're giving away 3 diamonds on a global milestone, so we should all get this. And I mean, we're only 13 days in, or 13 days left, sorry, we're of this event, and we are already this far up. We haven't even got the leaderboard payouts yet, which is just absolutely crush this. So I'm actually excited to see if there's anything past the 3 diamond Mordo as well. But I mean, we were talking about this, right, Sky? This is a really cool thing. This sort of like giveaway, this little Easter egg bonus stuff. If they do stuff like this, it definitely brings some hype and some enjoyment, especially to these global milestones. Like, what's the bonus going to be this time, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and like the other milestones they've done like this, it's always said like the bonus thing, but there's never actually been bonus milestones, and people actually had pointed out a couple times. So, like, I think you were streaming and we didn't even realize that there were bonus milestones because we hadn't seen them yet.
Yeah.
And then when we went to look, it was kind of it was just a nice surprise um, for
Yeah.
everybody.
I thought it was really cool. All right, so let's collect that. And now, Scotty, we got these portraits. I know who these characters are. I cannot guess. I have not told you, no matter how many times you asked. Who are these characters, Scotty? Who do you
I have
think?
no idea.
Well,
Um,
you were doing some research and you were throwing some names at me, and I was just teasing you a little bit. So, what were the names with like associated with the word accursed and Juggernaut and Mordo that you found?
When I first typed into Google accursed, it actually tried to autocorrect to Legion accursed. So I was like, oh, I'll go see what this is. And then I saw Juggernaut and Baron Mordo, and I was like, huh, I wonder if this is actually the team that they're doing.
And what other characters were on that team?
Electro, Absorbing Man, and Titania.
So those characters are already in the game, so I don't think it's going to be
Yeah.
those three. So you have
So
no idea?
no, it didn't talk about any other ones. Like it's a team that like Mephisto apparently sent to battle the Beyonder, I
Hmm.
think. But I didn't see anything about other characters in the team. Like that was the five listed.
Right on. Okay, so okay, I can't because I know. So if I point stuff out, it's gonna be too much, right? All right, I'll do it anyway. Not too many Marvel characters have these like curved devil horns, so it shouldn't be too hard to find out who this character is. This
Curved Devil
character
Horn.
This character has like a Darth Vader esque hood on, and it looks like 2 sword handles, but this also could be the barrel of a gun. If we scroll in here, we can see there's a little dip there, so this could also be guns. So either swords or guns, and then this guy's head is on fire. So take your guess, all right?
I mean, the one on the far right kind of gave me Enchantress vibes.
She doesn't have horns.
I know you were saying that today, but like she does have helmets and like wears a tiara type thing. So then I was like, maybe it could be like they've done this to us before. Do we remember the Four Horsemen with APOC?
True.
And there was a outline, and everyone was like saying who it was, and it turned out to be Red Hulk wearing a trench coat.
Yeah, that one was awful. Everyone's like, "Is that Dark Beast?" Oh, no, we already have Dark Beast. Is
It
that
was like
the
a
thing? Like, what's
"Who's
going on?
that Pokemon?"
Yeah.
moment. It's
Anyway,
Pikachu.
yeah,
No, it's Clefairy. Ah.
it's a round blob. uh, I love these things. I wish I didn't know these characters when they came out, so I could have speculated and done my own Google searches. But I'm sure you guys will figure it out. You guys. All right, guys, had to kick Scotty out for this part. We got to announce the next Crucible tournament that's going to be on May 28th. Come join me, Valley Fly and Jutsi, Dacier, Zero Cool Gamer, Bendable Straws, Mobile Gamer, and the newcomer, OG Diamond Dave, as we fight to say we are the best Crucible content creator for at least a patch. It only lasts for a patch, the bragging rights. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, there's going to be promo codes given away. There's going to be high stakes, high drama, maybe a couple crash outs, and all characters are going to be available in this tournament. That includes Professor X, and that also includes the Accursed team. Make sure you come check it out. Okay. And finally, we're going to talk about some Danger Room stuff because we've both been really loving the Danger Room, not even just because of those extra bonus rewards and all kinds of other stuff, but because it's just super fun. And I think Scopely is taking, oddly enough, Scopely's actually catching a lot of W's lately. We didn't get made whole in the training materials, but any sort of new player who didn't have an arena stash is going to be getting more training materials than the others would have gotten. That was a win. This is a huge win as well. So, Commanders from Pathfinder, we have seen much of the early feedback on the Danger Room and wanted to inform you of a change we are making today at approximately 4:30 p.m. We are removing some of the more challenging node players we're encountering early on in the Danger Room. We feel this is necessary to make the early portions of the Danger Room more fun and less punishing. Keep in mind that the later difficulties are meant to be a challenge for even the most powerful rosters. So I think what they're talking about is your first node could have 10 enemies on it, and it could have a Nightcrawler on it who's giving a bunch of dodges and speed bar to a bunch of X-Men, and they just take like 40 turns before you get to move. And that's not super fun, right? That's not great. So I think they're taking out stuff like that on the early missions, but the later missions with like the Odin, the Mephistos, that could be super tough. They're still going to be there. I think that there is a misconception about Danger Room, and me and Scotty are going to make a whole dedicated video to Danger Room that would have came out earlier today, more likely. And what the game mode is not a scourge. Like, you're supposed to go in, do a few runs, get a bunch of danger tokens, and then once you get some of those like Danger Room buffs before the run even starts, then you make a push to try and clear it out. It's not a scourge one and done. Like, you're gonna have to do a couple runs to finish it up and get those milestones, which is cool. We also want to let you know that we are already hard at work making changes for the second run of the Danger Room based on some of the player feedback we have seen. We plan to share some of those details with you before the next run happens in June. Thank you for your passion for Marvel Strike Force. I know a lot of you guys in the comments absolutely hate this game mode. There is an overwhelmingly louder voice of people that are really enjoying it, and there is definitely some stuff to get worked on here. But even though there's some stuff to get worked on here, people are really, really enjoying this mode. And the fact that they're taking that and they're going to go reiterate it and work on it. And we've seen like the developers, Max, Jose, and the engineers that worked on it clearly did a really good job considering how fast this mode went from concept to in-game. This is really cool. This is really exciting. This really pumps me up personally. Some things I would love for them to add. I would love for them to add mini boss nodes. So we have the regular encounters. We have the elite missions. I would love mini boss modes to get thrown in as like another option where they could reiterate those, like the Nimrod, the Gladiator fight from the Professor X. They can get a null boss fight, but obviously change a bunch of things on it so that he dies once. He has like 1/10 the life, or I mean 1/25 the life that he has in Battle World. Maybe let him be Terminator around, stuff like that. Just kind of tinker with that sort of boss bar battle stuff. I think that is really cool and really fun in Marvel Strike Force. So there's a lot of cool stuff that I think it will still be done in Danger Room. Scotty, what has been your favorite team and build that you've done with Danger Room so far?
I like the vigilante build and doing the bleeds. It's been very consistent. Like there's times where it doesn't work, but now that I have the raid hacked turned on, most of the time it benefits more than bites me in the butt. But Nightcrawler and Orcus have got me a couple times.
Oof, yeah, because the raid rule goes both ways, right?
Yes, it goes both ways.
Right on. Okay, the last thing I want to touch about is another W from Scopely. When we read the Quasar Red Star blog, it really sounded like it was just going to be an auto fest just to get his red stars. It seems like they were trying to tee it up so it's super easy to get the 4 red stars for Quasar, which is fine. And we gave a lot of feedback saying like there should be something that makes us want to push for it, like Scourges used to make us want to do. Now there's so much stuff going on in the game. People are running negative zone every single day. People are running danger room. This is going to be coming out while both of those things are still happening. So there's going to be like three really big three really big time engagement modes that you could be participating in. So their game metrics are going to be way up. But
Mhm.
there's some great rewards that they've added just beside the red stars. So we get lots of gold coming in here. It looks like we're gonna get some teal gear, which is fine, and a score of 650,000. Traditionally, in a scourge, this is not a high score. So it looks like getting the 4 red stars on Quasar is probably going to be really easy. If I was to equate this to a difficulty, this is probably around difficulty 6, maybe 7 at the top. So this will be like having gear tier 17 or 18 characters is probably going to be enough to get you that 4 red stars without having to sweat too much. And I'm like not having to do many resets at all. But they added a lot of crimson gear, including enough mystic gear tier 20 pieces to do a full piece. And this is going to be the chase, right? So if we look at the Shadow King score points, you get for it asks you to do 1.35 million whenever it reruns to get those milestones. And for that, we do difficulty 10. We throw a couple packs on. We do about 7 of the 10 nodes. So I think we're kind of expecting a similar experience here to get some gear tier 20. So I think there's going to be a reason to the highest difficulty. Maybe not all the nodes, but it's going to net us some really good rewards. So I think this is a nice milestone stopping point for a lot of the community to have some good engagement with and really enjoy the mode to its fullest. Because if they're going to tailor make enemy nodes, I think it's important that we enjoy it in a strategic way rather than just a face smashing way. Would you agree with that, Scotty, or do you think this negative zone danger room running all at the same time is a little bit much?
Uh, no, I mean they've taken away my beloved Blitz, so I do need something to do.
There you go. It would be too much if you have 2 accounts for sure. And there's gonna be some ranked rewards as well for people that want to get really sweaty about it. We got some frames. I will say these are some of the most tamed frames ever. I guess this is supposed to be the quantum bands, right? I think for top 1 to 200, they should have went a little bit bigger, a little bit more in your face, bolder with these frames. But I'm still happy just to have something to chase for and something to have fun with. I like the cosmetic stuff. They're doing frames now. Hopefully, it skins later. I think that would go a long way. Scotty,
Yeah.
what's your vibe check on Marvel Strike Force right now? How you feeling about the game?
Uh, I think they've got lots of W's happening right now. Like I think like we've asked a lot for like PvE content to do.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't Blitz, unfortunately. Um, and I think they're giving it to us. And I mean, some people don't want it. And the great thing about all of this content is you don't really have to do it if you don't want to, except maybe Negative Zone, because you do kind of want to do that every day.
Yeah.
But Danger Zone, you very much could have, done that difficulty, like lower difficulties, do it a couple times and be done with it and not care. And then people that actually want to just like keep experiencing it, there's kind of a reason to, not a great reason, but people shouldn't feel like they're missing out on a lot.
Yeah, Danger Room. So I'm still trying to be Danger Room on my 3 day. It's gonna be a 4 day old account probably by the time I beat it. But if you are any sort of a mid game player, Danger Room should not be a grind to get those 10 milestones with those great rewards. Pretty simply. I'll end this off here. Scotty is leading our alliance super close to the sun. We are now at 2,156 trophies, and all we need to do is get to that 2,200, and we will have probably the weakest diamond alliance in the game. We just did a 1 billion punch up the other day, so good times happening for us. All right, guys, we'll leave you there. From me and Scotty, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go hang out with my kid, who at this time when this video is posted is having his birthday party. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.